Want your Excel sheets to look like they were made by a professional? In the next few minutes, you'll master borders, shading, format painter, and perfect cell sizing like a pro.
Is your Excel worksheet still looking plain and unprofessional? Let's learn to transform it into a polished, professional spreadsheet, only on GSF Tech. So let's begin.
Have you ever opened a spreadsheet and immediately felt a wave of anxiety? You are staring at a massive, completely raw wall of numbers, and it is hard to even know where to begin. Imagine you are a travel agent. You have a spreadsheet full of tour data for Bon Voyage excursions, and you need to hand this dense math test over to a client who expects a relaxing vacation. This animation shows exactly why a plain text grid fails. Without bold lines or colors to guide us, the human brain struggles to prioritize information. Our eyes wander aimlessly across the screen looking for a starting point. We can fix this. We are going to transform this chaotic grid into a clear, easy-to-read map using exactly 3 tools: borders, shading, and the format painter. Formatting moves us beyond the raw numbers. It is the process of turning a dense grid into a document that clearly explains a travel plan, helping your client feel comfortable with the information you're sharing. The very first step in our makeover is giving this raw data some structural boundaries. We need to create distinct rooms for different pieces of information. After highlighting your data, clicking the Borders drop-down menu on the Home tab opens up your basic line tools. Applying basic borders is like drawing fences on a property line. It physically boxes in the numbers, preventing the data from January from visually bleeding into February. Once the monthly data is fenced in, we hit a new problem. The grand total row at the very bottom needs a much stronger visual cue to separate it from the standard everyday numbers. To get more control, open the Format Cells dialog box. Inside the Border tab, the left Style menu provides different line weights. By selecting a thick or double line, you can check the Center Preview box to see exactly where those heavy borders sit. These borders act as the skeletal structure of your spreadsheet. They keep distinct categories of data safely contained and logically organized. While borders separate your data, background color actively grabs the reader by the hand and guides their eye directly to the most critical information. Selecting our crucial Total column, we click the Fill Color bucket to open the palette. To maintain readability, avoid the starkly dark colors at the top, and instead pick one of the lighter, highly legible contrasting shades at the bottom. Look at this visual representation of our grid. That newly colored column now acts as a digital highlighter, immediately drawing attention to the final numbers. Shading takes the guesswork out of reading a spreadsheet. By highlighting the most important areas, you ensure the reader sees the key takeaways immediately. At this point, you might be thinking that manually applying custom borders, alignments, and shading to every single new row sounds incredibly tedious. Fortunately, Excel provides a time-saving tool designed for this exact problem, the Format Painter. First, select your perfectly formatted cell and click the Format Painter paintbrush icon on the ribbon. Next, drag your mouse over the target cells. You will see a green dashed line around the original cell, and the style instantly pastes without changing the math. If you need to paint that exact same style across multiple disconnected areas of your sheet, just double-click the Format Painter icon. This locks the tool on so you can click around freely. Mastering the Format Painter helps you maintain a consistent design across massive documents without wasting hours of your day clicking through menus. As you adjust your layout, you might encounter a moment of panic. Your numbers vanish and cells fill up with these hash symbols. Do not worry, your data is completely safe. This just means the column needs more physical width to display the text. The fastest fix is autofit. Just click and drag that boundary line between the column headers to give the numbers enough legroom to reappear. Take a look at this side-by-side comparison of our project. On the left is the stark, raw, confusing grid of text we started with. On the right is a fully polished, beautifully bordered, and cleanly shaded itinerary. Excel formatting tools exist to do one thing: turn raw, inaccessible data into a clear, welcoming narrative that any human being can immediately understand.
Excellent! You've mastered borders and cell shading. Practice these and you'll stand out. Please like and subscribe to GSF Tech, and I'll see you in the next lesson.